Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
You know, we thought we'd have some fun today and drop Alana Brophy right in the middle of the Utah State Fair.
And I mean, what of you, Alana? It doesn't get much better than that.
You know, if you're going to come to the fair, you're not going to just not lock in. We're leaning into this, and we're live on the Ferris wheel on the first day of the Utah State Fair. The theme this year is nowhere but the fair. Well, that's true. You will not see me on another Ferris wheel doing the weather, only here at the fair and only on opening day today. I hope you're having a really good Thursday. We're keeping close eyes to the skies today because while it's a perfect fair day in northern Utah, we do have cloud cover and a few storms in Tooele County as well as Utah County, but we've got widespread scattered activity in the southern half of the state, and we're tracking it closely with the latest alerts. Please enjoy the view of the gorgeous conditions. There's the Salt Lake skyline behind me, and you notice the moisture over the mountains. It's very clear. Monsoon moisture has been moving into the state for the last several days, and it will peak in northern Utah Friday night into Saturday, but tomorrow's going to get interesting. Temperatures right now sitting in the 80s. We're at 88 right now in Salt Lake City. You catch that view and you're going to catch the graphics. 80s in northern Utah and along the Wasatch Front. 87 towards Logan, a little cooler in Vernal, but you jump down to southern Utah, Milford, Cedar City, sitting in the 60s as strong storms that are very slow moving drop an abundance of moisture and really cool down the temperatures. So a temperature spread, a bit of a buffet today, kind of like the fair midway. That's what we're seeing temperature wise. Okay, as we get through the next several hours along the Wasatch Front, you're going to see those declining temperatures into the 70s with partly cloudy skies. By 10 p.m., mid-70s expected, which will be a beautiful evening out here at the fair. Screams welcome. That is not the Ferris wheel scream. Nope, that's a different ride, and there's plenty of them. You take your pick when you're out and about. So northern Utah, a little quieter. That is going to change because we do have active skies. Taking a live view from SR 56, you can see in Iron County a tremendous amount of moisture, very soggy on the camera there as we've seen heavy rain with these slow moving to stationary storms. Now, because we're tapping into a tremendous amount of moisture potential, we're seeing heavy downpours. A flash flood warning is in effect for a portion of Iron County and Washington County. Canaryville is impacted, as well as Spring Creek Canyon and Zion National Park. That flash flood warning is going to hold on until 7:30 tonight. It's not safe to be near Canara Falls, but you already knew that because this has been issued for the last 45 minutes and will hold on until 7:30. We also have a flood advisory near Pintura in Washington County. This is north of Tokerville as a almost stationary storm has dropped a tremendous amount of rain there. That flood advisory is going to hold on until 6 p.m. You can see an echo of moisture still over that alert. Even when it clears, the threat of flooding, especially in low-lying areas, will hold on. So these are the active alerts out there right now in southern Utah. Let's take a look at the forewarned radar. There's a better view near Anderson Junction of that flood advisory. New Harmony on the Iron and Washington County line getting walloped. Go up towards Beryl, towards Enterprise. We know that we've got very strong conditions, and we are going to continue to see that. Enoch, Cedar City with decent moisture and those storms moving around. Live view from our Black Desert sky cam, and you see those towering cumulus in Ivins, where temperatures are running below average in the southern portion of the state due to the cloud cover and, of course, the storms that we're seeing. So the Black Desert sky cam showing that moisture potential that is out there, and this will likely be an area that sees a storm in the next day or two. Gosh, we need the moisture. The drought monitor is out today. It's Thursday, and you know that solid monsoon push the last week of August saved us. It actually kept our drought conditions at bay for a week. That is represented in this drought monitor. We only moved 1% in the severe and extreme category, so thankful for that wet weather, and we will once again see it, not to the extent that we saw at the end of August, but we will see these storms, and we already are seeing heavy moisture as a result. Precipitation potential really focuses on southern Utah, but it goes all the way to the north. We're talking about the Wasatch Back, the northeastern side of the state, and in central Utah. Isolated storms are expected along the Wasatch Front as well. As we take a check on where these storms are headed, our Futurecast is the best tool to show us that. Shows that tonight in Washington County, we're going to stay active. Nocturnal storms are possible even after midnight, and a few nocturnal showers in Utah County also hold on as we head into our Friday morning. Lots of cloud cover and moisture potential, so that's a view at Thursday at 10 p.m. We head into our Friday, and with our moisture potential, we start to see those storms popping into the afternoon, heavily focusing on the northeastern side of the state into Washington County and then central Utah. As I mentioned, mentioned, there's a chance we get isolated storms in northern Utah. Peak moisture is expected Friday night into Saturday, setting the stage for active conditions Saturday morning. Temperatures are going to ease, but not as much as initially thought. It looks as though we will see storms into Saturday morning and afternoon, so you're going to want to stay weather aware, eyes to the skies, which is what we do regularly. Lingering moisture into Sunday and even Monday could allow for isolated storms. Here's a look at your flash flood threat in southern Utah, now upgraded to the probable category in places like Zion, Bryce Canyon, and Lake Powell. Grand Staircase is also in this. The usual suspects expecting heavy rain and not safe conditions. You have to recreate responsibly. Temperatures into tomorrow. 87 in Salt Lake. That's pretty close to seasonal numbers. 90 in St. George because of the storms. We'll see 70s and 80s with partly cloudy skies. You're going to notice that throughout the state with this monsoon push. Next 7 days dries us into Monday. So notice how scattered storms on the docket in St. George for tomorrow, becoming more isolated Sunday and into Monday. Temperatures rebound with the low 90s, but the winds are going to pick up next week. I'm forewarning you now because I want to make sure I tell you winds by Wednesday. Here's the Wasatch Front. We have isolated storms for our Friday. As we head into Saturday, they become more scattered in nature. I think it will be earlier in the day and into the afternoon, but we will see lingering moisture allowing for isolated storms Sunday. And into Monday, possibly, we start to see the winds picking up and the temperatures will stay close to where we should be, but drier conditions as we head into next week. Storms will arrive, so tonight is a great night to come out to the Utah State Fair. Ride the Ferris wheel. Why not? Why not? We'll be right back.